to introduce Rich today. He's going to speak to us about resolutions or restoration.
Thank you very much, Barbara. Fellow Toastmasters and guests. I brought this drink up not just because I'm thirsty, but because the man on the top is relevant to what I'm going to be speaking about today. Can anybody tell me who this guy is?
Oh yeah,
Yoda. What is Master Yoda famous for? What phrase?
Well, let's see.
I'm going to mess this up. Do or do not. There is no try. Right? You've heard that expression? Do or do not. There is no try. I'm sorry. I hacked that quite up really bad, so I apologize for that. So to my topic today, or my title of my speeches today is resolution or restitution. Now we live today is January. We're in the month of January. How many of you in this room have made a resolution for this year? This is where you participate and you actually raise your hand. Well, some of us have. To the tune, America, about 48% of Americans make some kind of resolution every year. Can anybody guess what the top three are?
Lose weight, do more exercise, and make more money.
So Chuck was very close. And it is. Number one is lose weight. Lose weight, and it kind of rolls in together, lose weight or get in shape. Now the term get in shape is kind of interesting to me because round is a shape. And I'm kind of in shape myself right now. Round is a shape. Anyway, so if you want to get in shape, then you've accomplished your goal if you're round. The second resolution that people make is to earn money or save money this year. To the tune of 21% of people make that resolution. The lose weight or get in shape, 45% make that a resolution every year. The third one has a tie for two different types of resolutions. The first one is life improvement. So we've been talking about dreams and goals and things we want to accomplish. I hope this is appropriate to say at this Toastmasters, but it's an equal tie to having more sex for the year at a tune of 9.6%. So I think you could tie that into some other goals like getting in shape or something. So I'm going to move on with that. But that is tied for third place this year in 2018. Take that as you will. So if you're going to make a resolution, the term resolution actually means a firm decision to do or to do not, as Master Yoda would say. Right? And the term restoration is the action of returning something back to its original design. And I like that term, and I have to admit I didn't come up with it. My wife mentioned it to me a few weeks back. And every year, people make resolutions to do this. And it's a firm decision, but to the tune of 83% of Americans abandon their resolution before the first week of February. That's a lot of people. And so how do you feel when you don't make your resolution? You feel frustrated, right? I know I do. And, well, next year I'll do better. Next year I'll do better. And so a lot of people have this all or nothing type of attitude. So I want to give you 3 things to consider when you're making this. And I want to tweak the word resolution to restoration. And the reason why I use the word restoration is I honestly believe God doesn't make junk. And so he wants to bring you back to the way the original design. So I've got 3 words for you to look at. The first word is what. And I'm sorry I'm turning my back on you, but I can't write sideways very well. And so I want you to ask yourself 3 basic questions. What is it that you want to accomplish? Or think back to what you felt like best when you were in shape. Go back to the way in which you were originally designed. And most people get hung up on not exactly knowing what they want to do. If I say I want to go to Portland, that's my goal, that's what I want to accomplish, and then I get on the I-5 and I head south, how long is it going to take me to get to Portland?
Forever.
Now the earth is circular, so I could eventually get there, but that's the long way there, right? So being very clear, and I always say if you can't see it, you can't accomplish it. So you need to write down very specifically what it is you want to do. The second thing is, because I know I'm going to run out of time, so I'm going to go quickly, is why. Why is this important to you? Why do you want to do it in the first place? Because when 80+% of people abandon their resolutions, the reason they abandon them is because they cannot clearly identify why they want to accomplish it. And I always say your why should make you cry. It should make you emotional about what you want to do, but it shouldn't just make you cry. Your why should make you fly, should make you move, should make you go into a direction that you want to accomplish. And the last one is how you're going to get it done. You know, you guys, all you got to do is type in something on the internet, and what are you going to get? Millions of hits on someone's opinion on what you should and shouldn't do. I like to say, this is my quote, I've said it for years. We are drowning in a sea of information, but we're starving for truth. Because everybody has an opinion on what you should do. So when I talk about restoration, for me, I go back to what was God's perfect intent for my life. He said that his burden is light. And all this burden that I put on myself, that I should do this, I should do that, or I watch a magazine, or I look at a magazine, or I watch a TV show, or that person has a lot of money and I don't, and all of a sudden I get burdened down with that. So I want to think about what was the original intent, or what the original design for me. And so this year I'm changing my word to restoration. What is it should be? And when I talk about the how, you having a clear plan is really, really important. And we've talked about earlier about SMART goals. And so having a SMART goal, you work yourself backwards, right? You think about where do I want to end up, and you work your way backwards. Now remember, can somebody complete this statement? An apple a day
Keeps the doctor away.
Okay, that would be 7 in a week. How come he didn't just say eat 7 on Sunday? I mean, it's the same amount of apples, right? So consistency is crucial. So having that consistent effort and your plan, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, not 7 on Sunday. So this year I would implore you to think about not just making resolutions, but think about restoration. When did you feel best? Go back to the way you felt. And that's my talk today.
Amen.